new engine was arriving on the island of Soda. Thomas puffed happily into Knapford Station. At the platform there was a beautiful engine with shiny paintwork and gleaming brass fittings.
Thomas, meet Emily, said the Fat Controller.
Hello, wheezed Thomas. Hello, puffed Emily.
Emily, go and pick up the coaches so you can learn the passenger routes, said the Fat Controller.
Yes, sir, smiled Emily, and she steamed away. The only coaches Emily could find were Annie and Clarabelle. Her driver hooked them up, and Emily puffed slowly and carefully along the track. Annie and Clarabelle grumbled all the way. There'll be trouble when Thomas finds out, whispered Clarabelle, but Emily couldn't understand why the coaches were so cross. Emily was pleased to see Thomas puffing down the line. Hello, Thomas, she called cheerfully. But Thomas glared at Emily. Those are my coaches, he muttered crossly. Now Thomas was being rude, and Emily had no idea why. She passed Edward and Percy and whistled a friendly hello, but the engines just stared angrily at her. Thomas was at Maithwaite Station when the Fat Controller arrived.
I want you to go to the docks to pick up some new coaches.
New coaches? Exclaimed Thomas. But, sir...
Really useful engines don't argue.
Thomas was very unhappy. He thought the new coaches were for him. Later that day, Emily returned to the yard. Oliver was very surprised to see her pulling Annie and Clarabelle. Those are Thomas's coaches, he cried. No wonder he was cross, said Emily. Meanwhile, Thomas was puffing angrily along the track with the new coaches. Don't want new coaches, he chuffed. Emily was on her way back when a signalman waved her down. Oliver hadn't cleared his box. Emily sped off to see what was wrong. Oliver had broken down on the track crossing, and his driver had gone for help. Suddenly, Emily heard a whistle in the distance. Thomas was steaming along the track, straight into Oliver. He would never be able to stop in time. Emily quickly charged toward Oliver and pushed him off the track. Just before Thomas rocketed past. Emily had saved Thomas and Oliver. That evening, the Fat Controller had a special surprise for her.
Emily, you were a very brave engine, he said. So it gives me great pleasure to present you with 2 brand new coaches.
Thank you, sir, replied Emily. Thomas, I'm sorry I took Annie and Clarabelle. And I'm sorry I was so cross, said Thomas. Emily was very happy. She had 2 beautiful new coaches and a new friend.